All right, with the last video here, we're going to talk about our application piece. So this will tie back into our opening ACT question. So on problem number 4, it says, what are 3 consecutive integers whose product is 480 more than their sum? Wow, typical ACT question right here. Okay, so if you are wanting to figure out how to break this word problem down, let's start with the first part. It says, what are 3 consecutive integers? Consecutive means one right after the other, and integers refers to like our actual whole numbers. So we don't know what the first integer is, so we're going to let x represent our first integer. So we would have x, and then the next number, and then the next number, right? Well, that next number would be x plus 1, and then the third number would be x plus 2, because they are consecutive, one right after the other. Now it says here, whose product, okay, whose product. So what am I going to do with all those numbers? I'm going to multiply them together is equal to 480 more than their sum. So the sum refers to adding up all the terms together. So we would have 3x plus 3. So we have a little bit of unpacking here to do. So let's multiply these two together, and then we'll throw the x on it too. So this came from x squared plus 2x plus 1x plus 2. That came from x squared plus 3x plus 2. And then I would give that an extra x. So we have x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x is equal to 480 plus 3x plus 3. So let's get this equation equal to 0 here. So we have x cubed plus 3x squared. I'm going to subtract that 3x and combine it with the 2x, so I would have negative x. And then the 480 plus 3 would give me negative 483 is equal to 0. Now, again, why did we go over graphing? Because, hello, you're not going to solve this by hand. We're going to go to our calculator. And we're going to find where it crosses the x-axis. So let's see what that equation was again. X cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 483. And we hit graph. So we can see where it crosses the x-axis. And let's go to the table because it looks like it's going to be pretty nice. And it looks like it was at 7. Yep, and it sure was. So here we would say x equals 7. So what are the 3 consecutive numbers? It would be 7, 8, and 9. So now that helps us figure out our true application question, which is modeled by problem number 4. So it says here, close friends Stacy, Una, and Amir were all born on July 4th. And Stacy is 1 year younger than Una, but Una is 2 years younger than Amir. So on July 4th, the product of their age was 2,300 more than the sum of their ages. How old was each friend on that day? So you have to decide what you want or who you want x to represent, okay? Do you want x to represent Stacy? Do you want x to represent Una? What would you prefer, okay? I'm going to go with Stacy equaling, let's do Una equals x. Let's say Una is equal to x. So it says here Stacy is 1 year younger than Una. So Stacy would be x minus 1. And then Amir is Una is 2 years younger than Amir. So we need to take Una's age and add 2 years to it. So there we go. We have all of our variables. So x minus 1, and x plus 2. And now we're ready to set up our equation. So it says here the product of their ages. So x times x minus 1 times x plus 2 is 2,300 more than the sum of their ages. So the sum of their ages would be 3x plus 1. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to multiply. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 1x minus 2. So that gives me x squared plus 1x minus 2. Multiply that by x. That gives me x cubed plus x squared minus 2x is equal to 3x plus 2,301. I went ahead and combined those two. So now let's get everything to one side. X cubed plus x squared minus 5x minus 2,301 is equal to 0. So let's go back to our calculator to finish up here. So we have x cubed plus x squared minus 5x minus 2,301. And as we can see here on the graph, it doesn't cross anything on the x-axis as of right now. So how do we decipher this? Well, our graph only represents from until 10 years old, right? So this means that all of them must be older than 10. So let's go to second graph. Let's look at our table. And let's go older than 10 and see if we can get a solution here. Oh, there we go. So at 13 is where it crosses the x-axis, so let's put that into context here. That means Una is 13. That would mean Stacy is 12, and Amir is 15. Okay. Fantastic. We hope you all enjoyed the application. This is always a fun one to do. If you have any questions, though, feel free to ask us at any time.